Welcome back. Hello, friends. Stay tuned. Back on the air, broadcasting our pirate signal. CoachAMillerLight on the scene. Cinnamon is on the set, as you can see.
Hi, Mare.
Hello, Cinnamon.
Happy to be here.
Nice to see you. So we are back again today with...
Things are going my way.
Yes. Okay. I love that about you. It's nice to be around people who things are going their way, and that's the outlook they have. That's the mood they are in. So what I'm hearing from Abraham is that when we are in belief and we are in hope, we are at the doorway of the vortex, which is the topic of today, continuing on from yesterday's YouTube clip of Abraham, which will be in the description. If you want to check out the full-length clip, it is fantastic. So helpful. Abraham has that cadence and that frequency that I like to tune my radio dial to. When I tune my radio dial to that frequency, I feel better and better, and I become hopeful, and I start to have more belief and more expectation of things going my way, like Cinnamon was talking about. So, Cinnamon, what do you have for us today?
I'm sure. Well, speaking of things going my way, 2 days ago, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, I did the Anabacoa twice.
Way to go. Way to go. That's a great statement. 42.
Did you get 2 in yet, Mare?
No, I've not gotten 2 in. I missed yesterday. I'm back on day 1 today.
Okay. Welcome back.
So I have 7 out of 8. I'm at 7 out of 8, but back on day 1. Better frequency than I've had in quite a while.
Congratulations. That's why things are working out for us. Things are going our way. We're getting in the vortex. We're aligning. We're remembering that we're part of an all-star team. Pyramid, 3 angles.
Yes, Cinnamon.
That we're creating on purpose. We're becoming deliberate creators. And thank you for the show. Stay tuned. Thank you for Abraham, because they're saying this vortex is something that while I cannot see it and while I may not be able to hear it, when I get in the vicinity of it, I can feel the deliciousness of it. And when I am far from it, I can feel the discord of not being close to it. Right. Everything I feel all day, every day is nothing more than feedback about my proximity to my vortex. Good news. When I feel ornery, this is funny. This is hilarious. When I feel ornery, I am vibrationally speaking not near my vortex. Before this call, I was ornery. That's a good way to put it. Right. Like I yelled at anybody that was in the vicinity of me.
Hey, it happens.
Because I was ornery. And this is helpful because this is explaining what was going on with me. I wasn't in the vicinity of my vortex.
Right.
So henceforth, I was ornery. It was letting me know, hey, you're not in the vicinity.
Right. But good news that you have what I see in you is that even if you're ornery, you recognize it. And then you have such a strong groove carved out to the vortex that here you are. That's pretty exciting.
Thanks to you, Mare. Here we are.
Right.
Together. If without you, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd still be ornery.
Together, everyone accomplished more.
Okay, so when I feel hopeful, I am right on the brink of it. The doorway to the vortex is somewhere between hope and belief.
I love that. I like to know what the doorway is.
Right? Yeah.
That's what to go for, hope and belief. Yeah. I can do that if I remember, and we do these shows, so I remember I can do that.
Yeah. Like when I'm writing stuff down.
Yes.
I'll start adding that in my vocabulary.
Good
hope
point.
And belief.
Bingo. Smart, Cinnamon.
So when I feel hopeful about something, I am so in the vicinity that I will be called in. I will be swept in. Law of attraction will take me in. Law of attraction will take me in when there is not enough resistance to hold me out.
Okay.
If I weren't doing that thing I do that holds me apart from my vortex will take me in every time.
Yes.
Not just sometimes.
Right?
Every time.
Yes.
So when I slumber, I go in I go. But I wake up right where I was when I went in. So if I'm ornery and then I go to slumber, I go to sleep, I'll go into the vortex. But when I wake up, I'll wake right back up where I left off, which was ornery.
Right.
If I fall asleep and I'm hopeful.
Yes.
When I go to sleep, I'll go right into the vortex. And when I wake up, I'll wake up at hopeful.
Okay.
So if I go to sleep in the vortex, I wake up in the vortex. If I go to sleep not in the vortex, I wake up not in the vortex. The vortex is the source of well-being, calling me home, calling me to all that I have created.
Okay.
And when I am not clinging with resistance to some thought that keeps me from it, it takes me right in.
Okay.
In I go. So when Abraham says they want me to get into the vortex, what they really mean is they want me to stop doing that thing I do that keeps the vortex from taking me in easily. Oh, I'm going. One way or another, I'm going. I'm just not going easily sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes. But it keeps calling me. It keeps calling me, sweetly calling me. So when I croak, in I go.
Right.
Moving immediately into all that I have become, all that I have asked for. Abraham doesn't think I have to croak to be in the vortex. I don't have to croak to be all that life has caused me to be.
Okay.
That's good news.
Yes.
That is good news.
Yes.
Abraham wants to help me soften my resistance. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in that.
Yes.
Thank you, Abraham. I'm in. Because when I soften my resistance, the vortex takes me in. And that reality is where I belong. I belong inside the vortex, where rendezvous with exhilarated things can happen all day, every day.
Okay.
If this time space reality has the wherewithal to stimulate a desire so that the desire is already present tense, gathered in this vortex of creation, that this time space reality has the wherewithal to give it to me now.
Woo!
And the only reason there is a gap between me putting it in the vortex and it showing up where I and others can see it and smell it and taste it and touch it is because I've got more resistance about the subject going on than I do belief or expectation about the subject. I just got to move myself more in expectation.
Okay. I'm hearing like it's sounding more and more to me like a mathematical formula, which makes sense. It would be mathematical. And it's helpful to me when I think of it this way, how I love the point that whatever this time-space reality, if it has the wherewithal to cause the desire, then because the desire has been launched, when I launch the desire, now it's in vibrational escrow, it's in the vortex, it's in the present tense. I love how Abraham keeps saying this because it really gives me hope, which is the doorway to the vortex. So that's great news that it's present.
The doorway to the vortex, Mare.
I know, right?
The doorway to the vortex.
I love this description helping me realize what to go for. And that the idea that if I get in the vicinity of the door, there's like, I imagine like this like suction swooshing. I mean, if it's a vortex, right? Vortexes swoosh you in, that it would suck me right on in because of law of attraction, you know, these laws and this mathematical basis, which makes this so. So I love the idea that when it helps with my belief, it helps with my belief, and belief is in the doorway to the vortex, hope and belief. So when I understand that whatever I have a desire and this time-space reality caused that desire to launch, now that desire is in vibrational escrow, it's in the vortex, it is present tense reality. Just because I don't see it yet, it's present tense reality. The second that I launch the rocket of desire, because the non-physical, that's what I'm understanding is so exciting. The non-physical doesn't have time. So it immediately becomes the new desire, gives its full attention to that desire, and now calling me to it. So if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to launch the desire, then this time-space reality has the wherewithal to deliver the goods in full manifest form. This is the greatest news. And if I just won't do that thing I do, I love this part. If I just won't do that thing I do that keeps me out of the vortex, then I will go in. We're meant to go in. It's where we came from, okay? We
Law
came
of attraction will suck us right in.
Yes, right. If I can just get myself in hope and belief long enough, and the good news is, what is long enough? Well, it takes about 17 seconds for the next level for law of attraction to kick in. So I'm going to have to get it for at least 17. That's why there's certain tools I can use. Yesterday and today during my run, I listened to a miracle, and I really remember why miracles are so effective to listen to during exercise. I listened to Miracle, Live, Laugh, Love. And I had some of the best runs that I've had in a long time. And I was hearing the clips from Abraham and conversations with God while I was running. And I could feel that during that time, I had an easier time. I was in the doorway of the vortex during that period of time. So there's things that I can do to help me with this. And we all have our own route, right? We all have what works for us. So
that's a good name for it, because that's exactly what happens when you listen to one of those.
Yeah.
A miracle.
Right?
It's totally a day changer. And no matter where I am before I listen to a miracle, I'm definitely closer or in the vortex after I listen to one, or even halfway through. Yeah. Those things that'll change your day. That's a day changer right there.
Truth.
You get a miracle in,
yeah,
and that's what happens. A miracle.
Yes. It's going to take a miracle to get on manual. And what is Abraham saying? If I just won't do that thing I do that holds me out of the vortex, well, what is that? Thoughts, I think. That's what. Yes, resistance. Mm-hmm. I love what Abraham says, that we didn't come forth to observe reality. We came forth to create reality. So when I'm not observing, I've been on this listening to Ultra Smooth 172. These are the conference calls from way back when. And one of the main topics on call after call after call after call is the only disallowing factor in having what I choose is resistant thought. And that's, of course, the topic I'm hearing now is that's the only thing in the way, resistant thought. So if I can tune into my inner guidance system, tune into my emotion, tune into the emotional feedback that I'm getting from my higher self, from my inner being, and then make my adjustments and understand some laws, like you were talking about, Cinnamon, before, how you were ornery, but you recognized it. This is huge. If we can recognize where we are, then we can consciously move to where we choose to be.
Oh, not only did I recognize it, Mary, but anybody in the vicinity of me recognized that I was ornery.
Right. Right.
Everybody's like, just stand down.
That's funny.
Don't make a word. She'll come at you next.
Oh. What a great teaching to show. Okay. So what if I was? Now look, I know how to move up the emotional scale. I know how to think my thoughts in a more positive direction. I know how to change my outlook and my perspective and my mood by changing thoughts. And
I did the into the vortex meditation like you suggested.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was very helpful too. And that was one thing. I'm like, I have somewhere I have to be at a certain time, and I have to meditate before it. You guys all have to do your own thing just for now.
Right?
Like, I'm ornery because I need time to meditate before the call. I told Mary I'd do it.
Right?
I'm doing it.
Way to go, Cinnamon. Way to go.
Because of the meditation, because of Stay Tuned.
Yeah.
I'm closing the gap to my vortex.
Right? Good point.
Where everything I choose is. I don't even have to put anything new in there. It's all waiting for me.
Right? Yes. How exciting.
My inner being knows what I want, what I've been asking for, what I choose, what's waiting there for me. If I just don't do that thing that I do that keeps me in resistance and away from my vortex.
Woo! So
thank you, Mary.
Yes. For sure.
I appreciate you. You've helped me immensely, closing my gap and bringing me closer to being inside my vortex.
Yay.
I appreciate you. I bless our relationship.
I appreciate
And I'm
you.
happy to be teammates with you.
Yes, you too, Cinnamon. Thank you to all of those tuning in. It is our coming together where two or more are gathered. There am I. There is the vortex. Could it be? I think it might. When two or more are gathered. Woo! Baby doll. So glad to be here with you guys. Until next time, this is CoachAMillerLight for Cinnamon.
Remember, love is the answer. Stay tuned.